the top of that curve. So there is an expectation that we're over-expecting what we're going to get from cloud. And then it will fall into what they call the trough of disillusionment, when everybody almost gives up on it, before we come through to the slope of enlightenment, when we realise what we're really going to get from this, and then we move on to what they call the plateau of productivity. The other thing Gartner do is they classify things. So they say, for example, cloud computing, mainstream adoption 2 to 5 years. Okay, so they give us a time scale. I was looking back to try and see if I could find the Gartner hype curve of when virtualization started coming out on mid-range and Intel servers, and I couldn't find it. Because, interestingly, one thing I find working across the Middle East and Africa, most organizations are really only getting seriously into adopting virtualization on servers now, or recently, and some haven't got there yet. Whereas it was something I know I was involved in promoting when VMware was first on the scene back in 2000, 2001. So it takes time for these things to come through. So there's a lot of focus on cloud computing, but it takes time to come through and for the benefits to be seen. So some things that cloud computing is not. One of the challenges we have with cloud is, there's a slide I sometimes use where I say cloud computing is similar to the phrase that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Often the meaning of cloud computing depends on what vendor you're speaking to and what it is they sell. So we have to be aware of that. So, cloud computing isn't the end of the IT department. It's not getting rid of the IT department. It's not just outsourcing by online. It's not a new swathe of technology. It's taking a number of technologies that have been around a number of years, but using them in a different way, with a different emphasis. It's not about replacing everything with Intel servers, although some companies may have you agree with that. It's not just about implementing virtualization. There's more to it than just virtualization. And it is not the reason to buy lots of new hardware. And for each of these, I could name a competitor for whom these statements get made, but I'm far too polite to do that. So one of the things, from an IBM perspective, we're very conscious of, particularly this last one, is potentially cloud computing can be used to exploit resources we already have. It's not about ripping everything out and replacing it with new. Now, this is based on a recent IDC study in GCC. After spending